Hello everyone, welcome to episode 1 of Not So Confinedment. So it was a nice day yesterday. I took the day off. I got an opportunity to watch all my shows. Well, not all my shows, but I got to watch a couple of shows. I caught up on The Masked Singer, the not at home version. I watch wrestling ahead of tonight's Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which should be a lot of fun. They're doing some really interesting things with the ladders today this year. The match is, because it's not going to be in front of a crowd, they're doing it at the WWE corporate headquarters, and instead of having the title or the Money in the Bank case suspended above the ring where you have to use a ladder to go get it, they're putting it on the roof of the corporate headquarters, and you have to go up a ladder to get it from the roof. So not only is it like 10 or 12 or 15 stories tall in the air, but also it's another ladder above that. So it should be really interesting. I'm excited to see some of those matches. Plus they got the women and the men going at it at the same time. So you got 12 people, 6 and 6, going after the same prize in the same place at the same time, but not necessarily against each other. It should be really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But I got caught up on that. I got caught up on, like I said, on Masked Singer. I got a couple of episodes down to The Flash. So I'm moving through the things that I've missed while spending all my time on the videos. But I missed you guys, so I wanted to do a video today. And well, you know, it is Sunday, so that means welcome to Chef Teddy and Paul. Today we're going to be making... What? Chained into what? Okay, yeah, we can pause for a second. Hold on. Well, alright, Teddy. That's a great outfit. You look good. Been jumping on my Amazon account again, haven't you? Yeah, yes. Alright, well, anyway, today I thought it might be really nice to do something with a little bit of a Polynesian flair, you know? Could be, ow, that's pointy. Okay, here. A little bit of a Polynesian flair, because, you know, I think that's a nice flavor base and a nice flavor profile to work on. So we're going to do a Polynesian chicken, and we're going to do a Hawaiian long grain rice. So come on, let me show you what you have to do to get ready. Okay, everybody, so I've got our ingredients all set out here. I've got half a cup of soy sauce, half a cup of lemonade from Chick-fil-A. Doesn't matter what kind of lemonade you use, that's just the kind that I chose to use. I have 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Now that is roughly 3 to 4 cloves. I used 4 cloves for this, but that's because they're, you know, smaller cloves. So if you have bigger cloves, it may only take 3. That is half of a teaspoon of ground black pepper, and that is it. So what we do is we take our bag. We have to take the Ziploc bag, and very important note here: when you're working with your chicken, don't put it on your wooden cutting board. That's a cross-contamination concern that you really need to be careful of. So I have 2 chicken breasts with bone-in skin on. And I'm going to put in here. And I also have 2 chicken fillets that are boneless and skinless. So, just for variety for myself. I'll make sandwiches on one of them, or any other one I'll just eat. Take your garlic, put that in there. Your black pepper, put that in there. Your lemonade. You want to have about 3 to 4 pounds of chicken. This is roughly that. And your soy sauce, 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Zip up your bag real good. You want to be very careful with this because this is going to get messy if you don't. Good zip seal. We are set. All right, and just gooshy it around. Make sure every little nook and cranny of your chicken gets covered in the stuff. And then you stick it in the refrigerator to marinate. You can leave that overnight. I suggest taking it in 4-hour chunks because then you can take it for 4 hours and then kind of mush up the bag again so that you re-spread around some of that liquid. Otherwise, it's just sitting in one place, only affecting one bit of the chicken. So make sure you're maybe every 2 hours, every 4 hours, every 3 hours, however you want to break it up. But go in there and kind of just give it a good little mush. But like I said, you could leave it overnight, but you want to leave it at least 8 hours. Okay? So in the meantime, we can do whatever we want. Just hang about, do odd jobs, chores, and yeah, in 8 hours we'll come back to this. Okay, our marinade is finished. Now it's time to head out to the grill. Well, I was gonna grill, but yeah. Plan B. Okay, new plan. Since it's raining outside and the grill's not gonna be something we can handle, I got my my grill skillet, which I'm very glad that I have right now. So this should work just fine. It's just the same thing. I could also bake this if I wanted to, but I really don't like to do the baking thing. I really much prefer the grilling. So I'm going to turn it up to medium-low heat. So on that's probably about a 4, maybe just a little bit above a 3. Take our chicken out. Lay it on the grill. Hopefully I can fit all 4 pieces on here. Let's see if I can do some Tetrising here. Make them fit a little bit easier. Okay, I think I got them all on. Let them raise to temperature for a minute. Be sure to discard your marinade. You don't want that. That's been in raw chicken, so that is contaminated. So don't let that get on anything else. Okay, now that we've got this going a little bit, we're going to take our aluminum foil, as they say in England, aluminium foil. English people say words very strange sometimes. We're going to cover it up. Don't get it too close down there. We just want to kind of keep the steam in. We don't want to necessarily get stuck to the chicken. Just let it kind of sit on there. Fold it over at the corners, give it a little bit of a tent in the middle. And okay, while we're cooking our chicken, we can begin to prepare our rice. But also remember, after 10 minutes of the chicken on the griddle, you want to flip over the pieces. So take off the tin foil and give them a nice flip. Using some tongs, of course, because our fingers are not fireproof. All right, I'm getting my ingredients together for my rice. And one of the things that I have to do is I have to zest a lime. So I have my little zesting board. And I have my lime. And I just continue to run this over it until I get the amount that I want. In this case, it's half a teaspoon, which is actually more than you think. When you're zesting a lime, you want to just take off the green part. Once it gets down to the white, you don't want to do it anymore because that's no longer the zest. That's another part of the lime that is not as pleasant to eat. So be sure to keep checking and turning your lime as you're zesting. Oh, I think I might be there. Okay. My lime has significant bald spots. What we want to do now is we have our rice ingredients here. We have 1 cup of rice. This is the long grain brown rice. 1 cup of water. You want half of a cup of crushed pineapple. Half of a cup of pineapple juice. 2 tablespoons of butter. As I mentioned before, you want half a teaspoon of the lime zest. There is also 2 tablespoons of lime juice. A 1/4 cup of fresh minced cilantro. A 1/4 cup of chopped green onions, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right? So you put everything into your saucepan except for the green onions, the cilantro, and the lime juice. Those are for later. So take the rice, put it into a saucepan. The water, put it into your saucepan. Crushed pineapple into the saucepan. Pineapple juice, saucepan. Salt. Your lime zest. And your butter. bring all those ingredients up to a boil. Check our chicken real quick. Oh, it's getting good and crispy in there. We'll know that that's done. Your chicken is done when it reaches 165 degrees in its fattest part. So if you have a meat thermometer, right here, just pop it in, and then you will know. Still not quite to the temperature we want on the chicken. Now you're making something that has sugar in it because of the lemonade, so do turn it over often. Otherwise that sugar will scald, and that may not be the flavor that you like. Hey, maybe you do like it, I don't know. Okay, our rice is coming to a boil, and as soon as our butter is completely melted, we are going to lower this temperature. Alright, still a little butter iceberg in there floating around. And it is gone. Okay, we're going to lower this temperature down to medium-low, which again, 3 or 4. I need to get this to simmer at this point. Right now it's just roiling, so I need to lower that temperature quite a bit. That's why I took it off the heat. Okay, once you've achieved simmering, pop a lid on there, and that's going to simmer for about 20-25 minutes. As you can see, we've got some good browning chicken here. Yeah, a couple of these pieces have been on the low. Like this one here got a little bit burnt from the lemonade, but it still should taste really good. I'm not getting the temperature that I want out of these, so let me cut into it and see how far away we are. That looks perfectly done. So, okay, I can take that heat off. I just leave them there because you want them to rest for about 5 minutes so that they get tender. And the heat's going to keep infusing through them. Stir our rice, make sure we're not too hot in there. No, we're good. Still got another 15 minutes on the rice. Ooh, actually there's one other thing I want to do. Almost forgot. We have our beautiful pineapple here. So I have some pineapple circles that I'm gonna throw on the skillet where I just cooked my chicken, utilizing the same kind of grill remnants from the sugar solution and marinade. That should do nicely for these little pieces of pineapple. Okay, now that we have nicely caramelized our pineapple and our chicken has been finished cooking, we can sear in the Polynesian. Now I'm cheating a little bit here because I'm using the Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A, which is super delicious and is a perfect recipe ingredient, so I recommend it. So I'm going to put our chicken back on the griddle. Alright, you want to go fast with this because the chicken's already done. You don't want to have too much heat for it. Give each one a squirt. Then using your basting brush, spread it around. Yum, yum, yum. All right, about 1 minute. And then you flip it over. Based on the other side, just the same. Next time I go to the supermarket, I have to remind myself to get another basting brush, because this one is totally falling apart. Alright, give it another flip to sear in on the other side. Our rice is very close now. Okay, our last step for the rice is to stir in the green onions and the cilantro. And the lime juice. Give that a good spread through. And let those flavors blend together. All right, everybody. So now it's time for the bon appetit part of the evening. This really was an easy dish to make, and it looks super good. I'm hoping it tastes just that good. Teddy, you want some rice? This piece of chicken, and we can share it. Here's a piece for you. And a piece for me. Good. Nice and tender on the inside. That's really good. Got some Hawaiian rolls, because, you know, it seemed like the thing to go with it. All right, everybody. That's episode 1 of Not Quite So Confinedment. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. It's a good recipe. I like it.